Hello, folks. Welcome to Old Ass Movie Reviews. I'm Dave. That's Scott. And we are now getting ready to review Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yeah.
It's just as good as it sounds.
Here's the thing. On Tubi, which I love Tubi, hashtag Tubi, it's listed under cult movies.
Yeah.
I see this.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper. I know that's why we watched this. Let's go see what else Roddy has done.
That's exactly why.
Yeah. I watched this whole movie.
You. Yeah, so did I.
I watched the whole thing. It's really fucking bad. I mean, it is really fucking bad, but I couldn't stop.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
It's entertaining, but it's horrible.
And I don't mind a bad movie, even a horrible movie, as long as it's still entertaining. And I don't know how this thing kept me interested. Like, I honestly don't. I think I texted you at one point and was like, this ain't They Live.
No, it's not. It's not They Live. If Keith David would have, Keith David would have showed up and been all right. Is that who was in there?
Yeah. Might have worked out.
Yeah.
Might have worked out a little bit.
Might have worked out. The little John Carpenter soundtrack, we'd have been all right.
See, I was really expecting his acting and everything to be up a notch. Did you notice every time he started getting upset, he almost went into his Roddy Piper character?
No, but holy shit.
When he's in the truck, and then there's another time where he's talking to one of the frogs or something, his Irish accent, and you know that's not a real accent. He wasn't really that crazy Irishman. There was all playing, but that accent, I heard it like 2 or 3 times to come out, and then it's almost like he realized what he was doing, and he would like, oh, I got to get rid of that, got to get rid of that accent. But oh my God, it's so funny. It's so funny. He's let's tell the folks a little bit. about
let's talk about the plot here.
This what there is of it.
There is
world had a big nuclear war.
Yeah.
Almost everybody's dead on the planet. There's a bunch of women.
Strangely enough, most of the men have been rendered sterile.
Yeah. Whatever men are alive are rendered sterile. Whatever women are alive, most of them are rendered sterile. So the women have somehow managed to take over the world, I guess all around the world, not just in America. Yeah. But they've all decided, well, we need to find men that are fertile and start impregnating women. And that's how Roddy Piper shows up, because he's sterile, or not. He's not sterile. He can do it, baby. He can do it.
And that's why he's captured. That's why he's taken.
He gets arrested because he was doing it, and evidently
conscripted into the military. Yeah, for the most part.
What was it? He was basically having sex. And he wasn't supposed to be. He was having sex with the wrong woman.
He got somebody's daughter pregnant, who was some lead security guy there, who later shows us up, which was Rory Calhoun.
Yeah.
Of all people, man, he needed a paycheck. Night of the Lepus, Hell Comes to Frogtown. It's like, dude, you could have had a better. What the fuck?
What the hell happened to you, Rory? You were such a good cowboy.
I know.
So he gets captured, and not only does he get captured, but evidently there's like 6 or 8 women that are being held in Frogtown, and they can all get pregnant. And Roddy did ask a good question that never got answered. Why in the hell do the frogs have the human women that they can't have sex with or whatever anyway? Or that comes out later, so to speak.
Do not forget the dance of the 3 snakes.
3 snakes. That's what I said. That comes out later.
Oh yeah, it comes up at least 3 times.
At least 3 times. But anyway, he's basically pulled in the military. They put this thing on his crotch.
A chastity belt with a bomb.
A chastity belt with a bomb. If he gets too far away from the woman who's in charge, he will explode. If her earrings, she's got like all these gadgets in her earrings. If her earrings lose contact with her ears, with her flesh, with her body, he'll explode. If there was something else, if she just decides that he's gone too far, she can click her earring and he'll explode. So he's pretty much kept on a tight lead. When they go into Frogtown, I have to admit, the Frogtown makeup, the special effects for that, not bad. Not bad for the time. I wish the mouths would have been able to be a little bit more moving. But the frog stripper, though.
I sent you a picture when I was watching this, and it's like, I can't believe this. Dave is not going to believe me when I say they're really frogs, and there's frog strippers.
I didn't. When you said frog strippers, I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. And then I see it, and I'm like, a frog stripper. It got even funnier. And she's all about Roddy Piper, man.
It reminded me, the makeup reminded me of Howard the Duck a bit.
Yeah.
So it was. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Just a few minutes into this, I thought I was watching a porno.
Because that's
the script. We're gonna take you and we're gonna go get these women, and you're gonna do your thing. And I'm like, oh my God. And then the one person in charge, I can't even, Spangler. She likes Roddy. She likes Roddy, but she's kind of, but, and I think he likes her because they end up hooking up at the end. But I want to talk about the gunner, Satella or whatever, something with the C. Here's the thing.
That's her real name, I think, is Satina or Sateni.
Yeah. When I saw her, the way she looked, the way she dressed, and her attitude, I actually was thinking Fury Road, Furiosa.
Really?
I wonder if George Miller watched this, and because here's the deal. Have you seen Fury Road?
I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I've not seen the whole thing.
Do yourself a favor, watch the whole thing, and it's fucking excellent. I highly recommend Fury Road. But it's not a Mad Max movie. It's a Furiosa movie. Mad Max could have been. He's not really in it. But with Furiosa, Charlize Theron's character, they're going to rescue women that are part of a harem. And why? For breeding. I mean, this is like, holy shit, George, you just stole Hell Comes to Frogtown.
He stole the story from Hell Comes to Frogtown.
You cannot watch Hell Comes to Frogtown without thinking of Fury Road, especially with the actress who had her hair back with the guns. She looked very much like Furiosa.
Oh, shit.
Attitude and everything. It's like, even the cars and having car chase, it's like, holy shit, this is early Fury Road. So in that aspect, I was very pleased to watch this. It's like, son of a bitch, look at this. I bet you George Miller saw this shit.
You're probably right. He probably did.
Yeah. And that's probably something just stuck in his head and just went with,
Well, he did his own thing with it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That chick was she was kind of buff. She was kind of hot. She had the slick back hair, and she, I was actually expecting her, which would have made sense. I thought she was going to be a lesbian. I thought Roddy Piper's character was going to hit on her, and she was going to be like,
"No, it was the other way around.
You're not my type." And then all of a sudden, it turns the other way around, and I think they were trying to make it look like that's what was going to happen. Yeah. And then they just turned it on you, which is surprisingly funny. It was a funny moment.
It was a funny moment, but it was also another excuse for them to get boobs in the movie.
Yeah, that 20 minutes. I wrote it down.
20 something. Yeah, I remember seeing that. It's like, oh, there we go. Boobs. 80s. Yep. Completely unnecessary, but there it is.
The Frogtown commander was Commander Toady. Did you catch that? Mm-hmm. Commander Toady. I just died. It's like, really? Come on.
Okay, here we go. We had the whole Mario thing again. We got Commander Toady's palace. So we have Joe Blow going to rescue all the princesses from the palace. Palace. Okay, so let's talk about Commander Toady and his harem. And they were being taught some sort of sensual dance, the dance of the 3 snakes. Because Toady had 3 extra appendages.
Yeah. Evidently, and they started moving on their own.
They started moving on their own, and well, this made no sense. This was here's the thing: they never talked. Yes, we had a nuclear war, but where'd the frogs come from? All of a sudden, there's frog people, and it's been a long time.
They were humanoid. They were very humanoid. Maybe even a little bit bigger, and they were humanoid. And I always wondered, like, okay, you had a nuclear war, like you said, the radiation, okay.
Yeah.
But somehow...
Frog people?
Frog people? And
That one's
they
not.
had their
I'm not
own
buying it.
colony. They had their own like area. So
Yeah.
that was, I thought that was a little weird.
Frogtown. It was this. This is a first draft script by a high schooler.
High schooler. Well,
I'm sorry.
It's funny because the director, the producer, and the writer were all the same guy.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't even bother to look.
Then it looked like maybe a brother or a cousin because it was somebody else with the same last name. Was with him on a couple of the other things. And I'm like, these are just guys who somehow managed to sucker money out of somebody.
I'm
Scott,
jealous.
why can't we find somebody to sucker money out of?
I know, right? Isn't that awesome?
We can do Phil Comes to Frogtown with no problem.
I've watched. Look, we've watched some shit on this show, and this is by no means a good movie, but it doesn't compare to some of the bad ones. It's better. It's
entertaining, like you said.
It's entertaining. It deserves its cult status.
Yes, as many a problem as there is with this movie, and there are plenty, it is entertaining. You will sit there and probably watch this movie all the way through, folks.
Yeah,
you will probably sit there and go, I really hate this movie. I want to turn it off, but I just can't look away.
Yeah.
The head frog. Their head frog had a fez. Tell me that guy didn't watch Casablanca as he was writing this.
No, I know. It's like,
I saw the fez and I just started laughing.
Oh, God.
Excuse me. Oh, the how about the little bit of bondage in there?
Yeah.
For Roddy and the lady has to pretend to be his slave.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, and he starts fucking with her. And I'm like, dude, you got a bomb clipped to your groin. I would have never done that to somebody with. All I have to do is touch my ear or my earrings come off and your love spuds are blown all over the place.
He knew she liked him. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew they were going to get hooked up.
When they're in Frogtown and they've met with the head commander Toady and the guy wearing the fez and all that. Somehow Roddy Piper is left with the frog stripper chick, and she's getting ready to rape him. She's gonna take this human whether he's awake or not.
Yeah.
And he wakes up like as she's getting ready to jump on him. He's like, hey, what is that? He's trying to put the bag on her.
Yes. Here, I like this. He was trying to act like it's some sort of kinky game and hands her a giant burlap sack to put on her head. And like, oh my God. So he was going for it anyway. Like, we're going to do this. You're covering this up.
Well, no, he was going to leave. He's walking. Yeah. He's got the thing over his head. He's backing out. He's walking backwards. No, he was walking backwards.
I thought he was going for it with the bag.
He's like, oh, hi. No, he was getting ready to book, man. That's what I thought was funny.
Oh. Shit.
Oh, the lady who played Spangle. Now, this was very interesting. I looked her up, and I think I texted you and said, this lady looks really familiar.
Yeah.
Of course, as soon as Kat walks in the room, I was like, that lady looks really familiar. Who is she? She's like, Conan, and keeps walking. I'm like, what? How do you? What? And I'm looking. She was the blonde in the first Conan movie.
Oh,
the one that he was like attracted to, and they were going.
A much better movie.
They wound up doing it. She was asked after Conan to play Red Sonja. She said no because she wanted to play the villainess in Red Sonja.
I think that would work. I think that worked out because I forget who played Red Sonja, but this actress would have had to really have to buff up quite a bit.
The crazy chick that dated the guy with the clock played Red Sonja in Cobra.
Brigitte Nielsen?
Brigitte Nielsen played Red Sonja.
Okay.
And at the time, she looked the part. She had So she had everything that needed for Red Sonja.
I didn't realize that was Brigitte Nielsen. So
I have never seen the movie. I have one little fly like doing this shit to me right now. Sorry.
Are you sure?
I'm going crazy.
If you were a frog, you could take care of that.
Got it.
There we go.
But I've never seen Red Sonja. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to watch it just because this lady's in it. She had to do her own stunts because they couldn't find a stunt person as small as her. She's like
Oh, wow.
5'9".
Huh.
And at the time, I guess they couldn't find a stunt person, so she had to go in and do all of her own stunts. She almost got her finger cut off
Damn.
in the Conan movie when I guess her and Schwarzenegger were fighting
Oh,
a sword
damn.
fight or something. She was in Xanadu. She was one of the
Muses or one of the.
she was the first muse.
Oh,
She's the first muse in Xanadu.
oh, look at that.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that. The one that I got the biggest kick out of was to find out that she actually danced with Fosse. She did a bunch of stuff on
Really?
Broadway with Fosse. And I
Wow.
was like, holy crap. But when you see her do that stupid little dance in Frogtown, you're like, really? How hard must it have been for her to dance poorly?
I know.
But
Right?
there's one or two kicks that she does that her legs like straight up and she does a spin and drops it down. It's like, that's a dancer. That's it.
I mean, that's like
She
asking
couldn't
an
hide
actor.
that move.
Yeah, it's like asking an actor to act like you can't act.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, especially
When you see
if you're-
someone do it, it's like, whoa, that was impressive.
especially if you're like a Charlton Heston type character,
Yeah.
guy who, has been acting, and they're like, okay, act poorly. It's like, I don't think I can act poorly. You're talking to Moses. I don't know how you tell him to act poorly. But the thing that I love, the thing that the kid in me just exploded when I read this. She was one of the gold digger dancers on the old Dean Martin show.
Really?
Boom. That I was like, holy crap, she was a gold digger.
Impressive.
Which I just, that for me, she went from being like, oh, that's the actress that was in Conan. Oh,
wow.
She was in Xanadu. Oh, okay. She was a gold digger. And that boom, that my esteem for her went right through the roof.
Awesome.
I was like, that's awesome. I would like it now. If I ever met her, I'd just ask her about like, how cool was Dean Martin? How was your time?
Oh, she
on
might
that
welcome
show?
that.
Yeah, I'd be like, shit, I don't care about all that other crap.
No.
I want to talk to you about Hell Comes to Frogtown and Dean Martin.
I really wish I would have seen this movie years ago and actually had a chance to talk to Roddy Piper.
Oh my God, he probably would have loved that.
It would have been fun. It really would have. He's a character. He was definitely a character.
Yeah.
So your final take on Hell Comes to Frogtown?
Oh, I don't even know how to say what I want to say about Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Well, then I'll start. I'll start. You can follow me.
Please.
Okay. You can miss it. You can watch it. It does deserve a cult status that it to be put it under. It is one of those movies that are bad, but you can't turn away. Train wreck bad. You got to see what happens next. It just becomes ridiculously absurd with the frogs and everything else that you just can't turn away. It's like, no, they didn't. No, they did. And it feels like you're watching a screenplay that was written for a porn and they just took all the sex out.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's written like. Let's do a porn, but nobody wants to take their clothes off. Okay, let's not do a porn.
So I think they might have gotten a script and it's like, okay, this is crazy. Because, there was a time when pornos had a big resurgence in the late 70s, 80s. You had Flesh Gordon. You had all these spoofs on.
I've never seen that movie, but I've heard about it. I need to see that movie, goddammit.
Flesh Gordon is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious.
That's exactly what I've heard. I've heard it's actually funny.
It's fucking funny. It is a Monty Python-esque movie. Like Airplane even. It is funny. Cool. At least I remember it being funny.
Right. You might watch it now and just go, what the hell kind of drugs is I doing?
I don't know. But anyway, you can miss it if you want, but if you want to see something fun, yes. Roddy Piper, frogs, nuclear waste. And if you do watch it, drop me a line and tell me you don't see the beginning of Furioso in this movie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, like if you've seen Furioso. All right.
Okay. If you've seen Fury Road, take a look and see. If you see what I'm seeing the beginning of a Mad Max movie. So it's there.
I will sign off on everything you just said. It's fun. If you never see it, you're not really missing
Yeah.
anything. If you do see it, you're probably going to sit there, like I said earlier, and go, I really want to turn this off, but I can't because it's just so stupid. It's so entertaining.
Hmm.
And sometimes I do like movies that are like that. Like Ed Wood's Plan 9 from Outer Space is just a bad movie,
Yeah.
but it's very entertaining to me. I really enjoy watching it. So yeah, I would say all
There you go.
of what you said is absolutely true. Yes,
There we go.
it is not. If you've seen the movie They Live,
It's
this is
They
not
Live.
that movie. Roddy Piper, that what he gave in that movie was award-winning acting and
Compared to this.
super level genius, you know, Shakespearean
Yeah.
whatever compared to this movie.
Yeah, this
Compared to Hell Comes
is
to
bad.
Frogtown. But yeah,
I'll make no bones about it. It's a bad movie. But
but it's a fun movie.
You know what? I will always remember this.
Oh yeah,
I'll always remember this
you
movie.
can't forget it, folks.
No, and that's
You're
just
not
it.
gonna
This is a
forget
movie
it.
that sticks with me. What doesn't stick with me is, because when I look at stuff when I'm writing or stuff, things that influence or I think was creative or neat. This is a movie that might run through my head.
Right.
Tell you what won't run through my head: The Devil's Express. Eat My Dust. Shit like that. The Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah.
Those won't.
Yeah.
But I will look at Ed Wood and I will look at this and say, you know what? They committed. They at least had fun.
Right. Well, that was the good thing about Ed Wood. You could always see the fun that he was trying to do.
Yeah. You can see the heart.
Yeah.
And I don't think this did not feel like just a blatant cash grab. I think they actually thought they had something pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't think.
I think they were serious about this movie.
I'm trying to remember the timeline on her movies, on the girl who played Spangler's movies. Sandal Bergman, who is no relation to Ingmar. That's just one of the notes that I read.
Oh, okay.
But
that would have been a trip.
like if this came after Conan, then they obviously thought they had something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To try and get somebody from a bigger movie in and go, oh, we got her to come in here and she's going to do. She did a good job. I mean, for the script.
Yeah. She can act. I mean,
Roddy did a good job for what script he had.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So next week, we are going to finally watch something from one of the most controversial directors out there, John Waters.
John Waters.
I love John Waters just because, not necessarily his filmmaking per se, but his "fuck you, I'm making a movie" attitude. And that's.
Yeah. I've seen him in interviews. He actually did some kind of a stand-up thing. And I want to consider, or I want to just kind of compare it to what Kevin Smith has done, like goes in and does like a Q&A kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he did something like that I found very entertaining.
Oh, I'd love to find that.
He either had owned or he was for a while some kind of comic book in a comic book.
We froze a little bit, but that's okay. I think we're going now.
But yeah, John Waters is just, he's one of those guys that I'm glad he's still alive because there's still a chance for me to meet him. And I just want to
I would love to meet
tell
this
him,
guy.
hey man, I find you so, I wouldn't even know what to say to the guy other than I find you so entertaining.
Yeah. Refreshing. He's true.
You know?
And we're going to be watching Serial Mom.
Even today.
Yeah. We're going to be watching Serial Mom, which stars.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We didn't tell him what movie we're watching.
No. Serial Mom, starring Kathleen Turner, a very young Sam Waterston, and I saw Skeet Ulrich in a clip. So there's some names in here. I think Divine might actually be in here somewhere too. Here's the thing.
Really?
Maybe Divine is not in this, But I was looking when we decided to do this. I was looking at the other John Waters movie, and one of my favorites is Hairspray, which Divine is in, and Ricky Lake and all of
I've
that.
never seen Hairspray. Can you believe that?
Well, we just may have to. We'll see. Go into a John Waters mini marathon. Because Hairspray,
I wouldn't mind
you will
that a
love.
bit, because like I said, I enjoy the guy. I enjoy the man when I've seen him.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine not. There was one movie I started watching and I had to turn it off. I think it's called Pink Flamingos. I think
That's the one where Divine eats real dog shit.
Yeah, eats the poop. Yeah, eats the poop.
Yeah, she.
And I think that's about real. Where I got up and was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it eventually, but no, I would love to roll into Hairspray after that. Hairspray's really good. This movie was recommended to me by Mobile photographer Tony Riles. Thank you, Tony. We'll check it out. I went for headshots, and she's like, "You've got to watch Serial Mom." So,
my hands up. You froze. I didn't hear anything you just.
Okay, that's fine. It's still recorded. This whole back end is going to be a mess now. So let me. Shit.
Want to just start this over? Want to just start this last little bit over about the next movie?
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So coming up next week, we have John Waters. Serial Mom, starring Kathleen Turner, Sam Waterston, and many more. It's a comedy that we've been looking forward to watching. John Waters, just because, hey, he's crazy as fuck. It's John Waters. He makes movies and doesn't care, and that's what's great. That's what's great. So I like
him a lot.
Yeah. So really looking forward to that. So make sure you tune in and
looking forward.
Catch us next week. Until then, peace.